Gina Aliotti here, and this week I wanted to share with you another really easy recipe that you can use to prepare yourself while you're on the go. So whether you're heading out the door and need a quick breakfast, maybe a post-workout or a pre-workout meal, really any time of the day, these muffins are great. So these are my gluten-free carrot cake muffins, and I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you how easy these are to prepare. So first things first is I'm going to use a food processor, and if you don't have a food processor, no big deal, you can use a blender. So I'm going to prepare all my ingredients in the food processor. But first thing is I'm going to preheat my oven to 375 degrees. So while that's preheating, I have a muffin pan here, and I like to use these little cupcake papers just to put in the muffin pan. That way they're easy, I can grab them on the go, and they don't get stuck in the muffin tin. So I'm using these little paper cups, and I'm going to use coconut spray. So you can use any kind of spray, whether it's Pam or even a little bit of olive oil, coconut oil, but this is really easy because it's coconut oil that comes in a spray form. So I'm going to use coconut oil, and I really want to spray these well so that the muffins don't stick to the paper. Okay, so while this is ready, now what we're going to do is we are going to mix all of our dry ingredients. So the first dry ingredient that I'm going to add is walnuts. So I'm going to use whole walnuts, and I'm going to make a walnut flour. So I'm using 1 cup of walnuts. You can use any nut. I've tried these with almonds as well. They both come out delicious, but today I'm using walnuts. So 1 cup of walnuts. Then I have vanilla protein powder. So I'm going to add 4 scoops. So I'm making 4 servings here. So 4 scoops of vanilla protein powder. Okay, and then I'm going to add about a teaspoon of baking powder. So just about a teaspoon of baking powder. Just eyeing that. Okay, now what I have is coconut flakes. So these are unsweetened coconut flakes, and I'm going to add about a half of a cup. So you can use coconut flakes or shredded coconut. Either one works just fine, but today I'm using the coconut flakes. Adding about a half of a cup right into my food processor. And then we have sweetener. So I'm going to use stevia. I prefer to use stevia. So I'm using, this is just your preference, however sweet you want it, but I found that about 6 packets of stevia, so 3 to 6, just kind of depends on how sweet you want your muffins. So 6 packets of stevia. Again, this is for 4 servings. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix this up nicely. Okay, so now once this forms a flour-like consistency, which it does within about 30 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and add the remaining ingredients, which are the liquid ingredients. So I'm going to add 4 egg whites and 1 whole egg. So I am using 1 yolk. I'm going to add that directly in. Now I'm going to add 4 ounces of carrot puree. So I like to just get the baby food. This is perfect. It works great in this recipe. Or of course you can puree your own carrots. Now I'm also going to add a half a cup of applesauce. So a half a cup of applesauce. You can use 8 ounces of the carrot puree if you want, or I like to mix it up because I don't like my carrot muffins to be too carroty. So I like to do half the carrot and then half the applesauce. All right, so we are ready to mix this up again. So I'm going to go ahead and place this on, and we're going to mix it up until everything's fully mixed. So as you can see, that mixed within just a couple seconds, and it's mixed really nicely. Doesn't even need any other liquid. So between the egg whites and the carrots and the applesauce, it really just adds enough liquid that you don't need to add anything else. So our final ingredient is I'm going to add whole carrots. So I have these 2 baby organic mini carrots, and I'm going to just break them in half, and my food processor allows me to do this. I'm just going to add these right in. So I use 2 baby carrots, or you can use 1 larger carrot. So I'm just going to add these right in. and continue mixing. Okay, it looks like our mixture is completely done. As you saw, that takes no time at all. So everything's pre-mixed, ready to go. Now all we have to do is pour it into our muffin tin. Okay, so now we are ready to go. I'm gonna just pour the mixture into our pre-ready muffin tins. Okay, so now this is completely empty. I got every little last bit out because they're so good. And this fills 12 spaces. So this is gonna make 12 muffins. So 4 servings, 3 muffins a serving. So now what I'm gonna do is I'll either do 2 things. I'll either shred some carrots over top, or I'll take a couple of the coconut flakes, and just for decoration, I'm just gonna place a couple right over the top. Okay, so now our oven is preheated. I'm gonna place these in the oven and I'm gonna let them cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. So it just depends on your oven. So I'm gonna show you what they look like once they're all done. Okay, so they look just about done. It's been about 20 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and check. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a toothpick to puncture through the center of the muffin. And if the toothpick comes out clean, then I know they're done. Ooh, they look good. So you know that they're just about ready when your house starts to smell like carrots. They smell delicious. So I'm gonna use my toothpick and puncture through the center of a couple of the muffins just to make sure that they all are ready. And it sure looks like they're ready to go. So this is how they come out, and as I said, it's really nice to use the cupcake liners or the muffin liners, because then all you have to do is pull them out and they're ready to go. So for example, you can just take this just like so, take it on the go, and it's so easy to make as you saw, and then just to grab and go. So 3 of these muffins is 1 serving. So you're giving yourself 4 servings out of this batter, this mixture. And what I like to do is I'll freeze them in the freezer, and then the night before I'll pull them out. So this makes for a really good pre-workout, post-workout, breakfast, meal, any time of the day. They're low in carbohydrates. The only carbohydrates you're getting are from the carrot, good fats from the coconut, the walnuts, and then of course you're getting all the beta carotene and vitamins from the carrot. So these are one of my favorite great on-the-go meals. So give these a try and I hope you enjoy them.